Hello and welcome to day one of our wellness program. My name is Ashton, and I am so excited that you are here with us today. I also want to give a big thank you and shout out to AG1 for sponsoring this class and for partnering with us here on UAligned to bring you this wellness program. So, for our first class today, we are going to practice an all levels feel good hatha. Now, hatha is a foundational format of yoga from which many other yoga disciplines have come from. And this is a practice where we'll hold each pose for 30 to 60 seconds. So, this is an excellent all levels practice. And you don't need anything for class today other than some sort of a pillow or a bolster like this one or a rolled up blanket. That will be for our short guided meditation, and it's going to feel really good. So when you're ready, go ahead and grab those things, and I'll meet you on the mat. Okay, let's begin in a reclined shavasana position. And this is where your bolster or your pillow or your blanket are going to come in handy. So arrange your pillow where it's going to be underneath your knees. And we're going to recline onto our backs. And of course, if it's better for you to sit in a chair, you can do that too. Just make sure that you can get nice and comfortable. Okay. So once you get situated here, nap time for adults. We're going to bring one hand over your heart and another hand over your stomach. Just relax your entire body. Notice where in your body are you noticing some tension? So perhaps your shoulders were still engaged. Try to relax and soften those into the mat. Perhaps you were clenching through your hips or your glutes or your legs. Just let that go and soften. I know for many of us, we hold tension in our jaws or in our brows, the space between our eyebrows. So just soften your facial features as well. And begin to breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your nose. Just a few deep breaths to start as you feel your body sinking heavy into the mat, as you feel your body being supported by the mat and the floor beneath you. Just taking this moment for ourselves to arrive, to let go of anything in our day leading up to now, and to anchor our minds on the present moment. And we'll do that by focusing on the breathing. And we're going to incorporate what's called a 3-part breath. And what I love about this breath is that it's simple, it's accessible, and also it's very calming and grounding. So the 3 parts are the 3 parts of your torso that will activate with the breath. As you breathe in through your nose, feel first your stomach expand, then your ribs, and finally all the way up into your heart. And then as you exhale, you'll feel the heart drop, the ribs drop, and then the stomach. Good. So it's the stomach, the ribs, and the heart or the chest. So here we go. With your inhale breath, breathe into your stomach. Breathe in more, expand your lungs. Breathe in all the way up through your heart until your chest lifts. And then as you exhale, your chest falls, your ribs fall, and your stomach falls. Good. Inhale again, stomach, ribs, heart. And exhale, heart, ribs, stomach. Continue to work with your breath here, inhaling, articulating those 3 parts of your torso, and following the breath as it exits back out. And we'll just focus on this 3-part breath, moving at your own pace. So don't feel rushed by me. Don't feel like you're waiting on me. Find your natural rhythm. And with every round of inhale and exhales, you are articulating those 3 distinct parts: the stomach, the lungs, the heart. And with your exhale, the heart, the lungs, the stomach. Keep breathing on your own. And as you continue with this 3-part breath, remain focused on the rhythm, focused on the sensation of the parts of your body that are connected to the mat beneath you. Focusing on the sound of my voice and also the silence between my words. Let's go for 2 more rounds of breathing here. So nice. And once you've completed that last round of breathing, you can open your eyes if they're not already. And then you can gently lift your knees and just reach down and move your pillow or your bolster out of the way. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. Part of our mind and body and life wellness is taking moments like that to pause, to connect to our breathing, and to find a sense of presence. This simple practice is so incredibly powerful for your overall mindset and for your overall well-being. All right, so our next pose, if your feet are already planted on the mat, then you're right where you need to be. Otherwise, go ahead and plant your feet and make sure that your heels are close enough to your seat that you can touch them with your fingertips. We're preparing for bridge pose. I love this posture as a gentle heart opener, and it's a really nice way to begin our physical movement. So we're going to plant the palms and the forearms along our sides. And then with your inhale breath, press through the bottoms of your feet to lift your hips. Now, if you need to watch me first, go ahead and watch before you get into this pose, because once you're in bridge, you want to keep your gaze to the ceiling. You want to keep a grapefruit-sized space between your chin and your chest, and then lift your hips an inch higher, really squeeze through your glutes, and we'll hold for 3. Nice deep breathing for 2. With your last inhale, see if you can lift your hips an inch higher. And with your exhale, let's lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way back down to the mat. Beautiful work. Hug your knees into your chest and just bring your palms to the outsides of your knees. From there, you can let your knees fall away from you as you draw some gentle circles on the ceiling with your kneecaps, massaging out the pressure points all along the lower back. I know that many of us have lower back issues, whether it's tension or tightness or an old injury or pain. Let's reverse those circles. So this is a nice, gentle way to bring some circulation and awareness to this part of our bodies. It's very calming as a result. Good. And then from here, let's extend the legs long, and we're just going to gently press ourselves up on our forearms, preparing for our next pose, which is fish pose, one of my favorite poses. So I'm going to explain the nuances of it a bit first, because while this is such a fantastic posture for your posture and also for your energy levels and your overall mood, it's a posture that's not practiced very often. And so it might be new to you, which is fun. So you want to start by flexing your feet back towards your face. We're going to recline on the forearms, and we're going to wedge the hands underneath the low back. And then from there, the heart lifts, and we have the option to drop the head all the way back. So I want to show you first before we get into it, because once you're in it, I don't want you to wrench your neck by looking at the screen. All right? So The way we're going to do it is we're going to lean back and we're going to lift the hips, wiggle the hands underneath them. So you're kind of sitting on your hands, palms down in the mat. Good. Right here, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. See how that created a lift in my chest? And then from there, you can stay here, gazing forward. Or if you want to find the full expression of the pose, then you're going to drop your head all the way back. And I'm going to do that with you. But again, watch first. Try if you're ready. If you have any neck issues, let's just keep it at this starting position. Wherever you go, we're going to stay for 3 breaths. All right? So heart lifts, and here we go. When you're ready to come out, you'll slowly tuck your chin to your chest and you'll slowly press back up to that starting position. And then we'll all press off the forearms and come back to an upright position. Nice work. Our next posture we're already set up for, and that is a seated forward fold. So we'll inhale, take the arms up overhead, grow nice and tall through your spine. Now I want to bring your awareness to your hips. We're going to hinge from the hips, okay? So with your inhale, we're growing tall. And then with our exhale, hinge from your hips with a nice flat back. Now odds are you're not going to get very far. That's okay. From here, bring your hands down to what's available. Maybe that's your knees, your thighs, your shins. Perhaps you're able to grab your ankles or your toes, but don't worry about what you're able to grab. Grab onto what's available, as I said, and let's take several deep breaths here. You want to keep a flex in your toes back towards your face, and this creates reciprocal inhibition so that the top of your leg remains soft so that the bottom of your leg, the back of your leg, gets all the stretch through the hamstrings. Good. Take one more breath here with me. And from here, we're going to explore a different variation of this same stretch, which is surrendering forward. So from here, you can just let your head hang heavy. You can round into your spine. And then you also have the option. Do you want to maintain the grip of the feet, or do you want to just let your arms fall heavy out to the sides? You can even relax your feet at this point, just trying out a different version of the stretch. See what feels good in your body. Bringing a more passive element to this second form of our forward fold. Good. Take another few breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're just going to roll up nice and slow, one vertebra at a time, coming all the way upright. You can roll your shoulders out at the top. Just taking a mindful pause, letting the body recalibrate as we prepare for our next pose. This is a power pose, so this is going to boost your mood and strengthen you as we do it. This is a reverse plank pose. So I'll start with a gentle variation, which is reverse tabletop, which looks like this. We'll plant the feet, we'll plant the palms behind us, and we will lift the hips in line with the knees. If you love this option and you want to stay here, perfect. You're already where you need to be. If you would like to try the reverse plank option, you're going to need a bit wider stance between your hands and your feet. And then as you lift, you'll straighten your legs, you'll lift your hips, and you'll send your gaze to the ceiling. And we'll hold for a few breaths. Nice, deep breathing through your nose. Don't lose sight of your breath. For 3, for 2, and 1. Wherever you are, release your hips down. Great work. Okay, from there, we're going to make our way to standing. So however you want to get there, making your way to the front of your mat. And then as you arrive, you can just roll up and meet me standing at the top of your mat. Okay, now at the top of your mat, let's take a moment to find a sense of grounding and rootedness through the feet. So feel your body weight pressing down through all four corners of your feet equally. Feel your legs active and strong. And then as you inhale your energy and your awareness up your body, lengthen through your spine as you roll your shoulders back and down and shine your palms powerfully forward. Deep inhales and exhales through your nose. One more breath with me together. Good. Feeling connected, feeling rooted, feeling powerful. Let's take that feeling with us as we move into Warrior Two. So we're going to bring the hands to the hips and we're going to micro bend the knees and take a nice big 4-foot step back with our right foot. You might need to adjust a little depending on your body. So get a stance where you can align the front heel with the center arch of your back foot, and your knee can be before the heel as much as you need to for your comfort level. We just never want it to go beyond the ankle. So if you're going for that straight line, knee directly over ankle, that's great too. And when you're ready, take your arms out long. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to turn our gaze over our front fingertips. Gentle activation through your core. Press your weight through the outer blade of your back right foot. Feel very grounded and rooted through your back right leg. You want that to be holding as much weight as your front foot. And you want your front knee to gently press outward towards the outer blade of your front foot. That's going to keep your knee safe. So notice if you see your knee caving in a bit, just go ahead and correct that. We want to keep our knee joints safe. A few more breaths here. Building that heat, right? Okay, when you're ready, we'll come out of this simply by bringing your left foot forward, arms up overhead. Nice deep breath in. And we're going to take it to the back of the mat now for side two. So pivot your right toes to face the back of the mat and then make any adjustments through your feet that you need to get that same alignment. Front heel to center arch of the back foot. Knee is gently pressing outward towards the outer blade of your front foot, and you're also pressing your weight down and through the outer blade of your back foot. Send your gaze powerfully forward and settle in for a few deep breaths. Let's take one more breath together here. And then we'll change hands to your hips. Pivot your right toes now to face the long side of your mat once more. And now we're right where we need to be for our next pose, which is a wide leg forward fold. This posture has so many benefits for us, especially for our brain. This is a gentle inversion. And so when we take inversions, we increase the blood supply to the brain and we release endorphins, those feel-good brain chemicals that help to combat stress, anxiety, and cultivate an overall sense of calm. That's why I personally love these forward folds, and I hope you do too. So we're going to start with our hands to our hips. Get nice and tall. Lift through your heart. And then same thing like we did in our seated forward fold, we're just going to hinge from the hips. You can keep a nice flat back as long as you'd like. And then when you're ready, let your palms plant beneath your shoulders. Good. Take a little halfway lift here. Get nice and tall through your spine. And then as you exhale, fold all the way forward. And then you decide, do you want to stay here and let gravity do the work for you, which is always a great option? Do you want to bring some movement? Is your body craving some movement side to side, bending alternate knees? Good. So never be afraid to explore in your yoga practice. Any posture that you're in, always have that student's mind, that curiosity of where can I go from here? Connecting to your intuition and just checking in with what your body needs today, where your body wants to go. Good. Another fun option is to grab your peace sign fingers around your big toes. Remember, you can bend your knees as much as you need to for this. You can also interlace your fingers behind your back and let your arms hang overhead, which is a nice chest opener too. Wherever you go, we're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. So let your head hang nice and heavy. Maybe you want to shake your head yes and shake your head no a few times. Just let that tension and that tightness in your neck melt away. Good. Take 1 more breath together here. And then we're going to come out of it first by planting your palms beneath your shoulders once more. Find that halfway lift. And then active through your glutes, active through your core. So we're protecting your lower back as we bring hands to hips. And we slowly come all the way back up. Very nice. Okay. From there, we're going to move to the top of our mat. So you can pivot all 10 toes forward and step your back foot up to meet your front. Get there however you want. And then shake it off a little bit. We're going to take one fun balancing posture. It's fun, and I don't want you to take it too seriously. We're going to do dancer pose. Okay, so to start, we'll bring our hands to our hips, feet are hip width distance apart, and we're going to balance on the left leg. So you're going to bring your right arm out to the side, and I'll show you what this setup looks like to start. And then you're going to bend your right knee and grab the inner arch of your right foot. So now I'll turn back to the front with you so you can see this from the side. And then when you're ready, arm up overhead. Or if you would like support today, you can place your left hand on a chair, the back of your sofa, or any other prop like the wall to help support you in your balance. Wherever you are, let's all inhale, grow nice and tall. And you can stay here. This is the pose. If you want to add on, then you're going to kick into your hand as you also hinge your upper body forward. That kick and the hinge are equal. And as we kick out through the right foot, we're reaching forward with the left palm, kicking the right foot out and up behind us. Try to find a moment of stillness, even amidst the wobble. If you fall out, that's awesome too. Don't worry about it. Get back in. Try it again. Keep your focus on something still. Perhaps a glass of water or something hanging on your wall. Take another couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll come out. And we'll switch sides. Great work. In between sides, give it a little shake. Shake it off. Let it go. Whatever happened on side 1, we're done. You're doing great. We got another side. So side 2, same setup, hands to hips. Your left arm comes out to the side and we'll bend the left knee, grabbing the inner arch of your left foot. And then when you're ready, right arm lifting or finding your prop for support. We're going to inhale with the option to stay right here, or with your exhale breath, begin to hinge. Begin to kick and stay rooted firmly through all 4 corners of your standing right foot. Good. Check in with your mind as you're moving through this posture. It can be challenging, but it's also invigorating. It's a great big heart opener, so this is a huge mood boost for us, even if in the moment you're like, Ashton, I'm wobbling all over the place. That's okay, babe. That's part of it. Have fun. Let's hinge a little deeper, maybe for 3, 2, and change. Come on up. And then let it all go. Shake it off. You did great. Okay, from here, let's begin to wind it on down. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So you can make your way however you'd like to get there. I think it's nice to come through a tabletop position. So from your tabletop, your shoulders are above your wrists, your hips are above your knees, and as you tuck your toes, you should be able to lift your hips up and back and find that downward dog shape. If you need to step your feet back a little further, whatever you need to do to make minor adjustments in your body, go ahead and do that now. And then take a nice deep breath as you arrive. We don't need to worry about whether our heels touch down in this posture. Instead, what we want to think about is each part of our body in this pose. So let's begin with the hands. Take a look at them. You want to spread your fingers wide and really grip the mat with each individual finger. That's going to support your wrists. Good. From here, you're gently spiraling your biceps open, and your ears are back by your biceps. Good. Sending your gaze now towards your toes, lift high onto the balls of your feet. This is a nice little down dog adjustment. And then bend your knees, bring your shins parallel to the mat. Take an inhale breath with me as you gently press your chest back towards your thighs. And then with your exhale, straighten into your legs a bit. Down dog. Good. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. Down dog is a full body stretch. It's also, as you can feel, a full body strengthener. And it's another gentle inversion. So we're sneaking in these inversions for all the feel-good benefits they have for our mindset, for our mental health, as well as our physical body. So we'll take one more breath here, deep and full. And with your next inhale, lift your heels nice and high and use your exhale to bring your knees back down to the mat. And why not take a few cat-cows while we're here? So we'll drop the stomach, lift the gaze, inhale breath. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. And a few more times through. Good. Last one. And change. Come on back to neutral. You can wag your hips side to side. And then we're going to come onto the seat. So the way we'll do this is we'll cross the ankles and roll onto the seat. Good. Just a few more final poses here before we get to relax and take a nice supported shavasana. So what we're going to do next is a seated twist. So we're going to extend the legs out long to start, and then the right foot is going to plant to the outside of your left thigh. Okay, from here, let's plant the right palm behind us, and notice how that helps me get a nice lift through my spine. From here, bring your left arm up overhead, grow nice and tall, inhale. With your exhale, twist, and the traditional format here is to place the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. If that's not available for you, then how about grabbing the outside of your right knee with your hand? I like that better. Inhale, grow nice and tall through your spine. And exhale, from your heart center, we twist. Stay for another few rounds of breathing here. So nourishing and hydrating for the spine. Got to give our spine some love. Good. One more breath here. We'll take a little counter twist. And we'll change. Right leg extends long. Left foot bends and plants to the outside of your right thigh. Left palm is going to plant behind us, giving us that kickstand, that lift through the spine. And then right arm lifts, grow nice and tall. And with your exhale, we'll twist. Option for the elbow or the palm. And stay with the breath and use the breath to help you. Inhale's growing taller. Exhale's helping you stay in that twist. Two more breaths here. And slowly we'll unwind. You can take that baby counter twist if you'd like. Okay. Now from here, we're going to end, before we lay down on our backs and take a happy baby, we're going to end with Gomukhasana, or cow face pose. And what I love about this pose is it's really good for our hips, for opening our hips, releasing tension there, but also working to expand through the chest as well as the shoulders and upper body. So really getting to hit a lot here. So how we're going to do it, and I'm actually going to turn to face you, is that you're going to, and I'm not mirroring you, so you'll bring your left knee to the bottom and your left knee is going to face directly forward. Now, for many of us, we're going to be here today, and that's great. If you would like to stack your knees and that feels available for you, then you will gently place the right knee on top. But again, if you want to keep your right foot planted, perfect. Okay, we've got options for the arms. The first option, great option, is to grab opposite elbows behind your back. Okay, now I'm going to turn around so you can see this from the back. So, first option, opposite elbows. Second option, you can go from the elbows to either an upside down prayer or maybe taking it into a reverse prayer. Or for the full cow face posture, we're going to bend our right elbow up as we reach the left arm up overhead and bend the left elbow down. Now, if you can connect your fingers, great, but if not, no worries. Maybe you can grab onto a part of your shirt or simply just reach your fingers in that direction, because really what we're going for here is the lift through the chest and the torso. So you find what works for you and stay there. I'm just going to turn around so I can see you again. And a few nice deep breaths. So try to soften through your hips. I know it's easier said than done in this pose, but notice if you're clenching, try not to clench. And if that means planting the foot, no problem. Good. Keep your heart lifted and your spine tall for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Release your arms first, shake them out. And then before we go into side 2, let's just give our hips some love with a little windshield wiper action. Left to right, left to right. And then we'll switch sides. So whichever knee was not on the bottom to start, so right knee probably for most of us, and then the left knee on top, or again, foot can be planted, and side to side might be different. So what was accessible to you on one side might not feel the same on side 2. That's okay. Okay, from there, same options, elbows, prayer, or full Gomukhasana arms. If you're going for that, it's your left elbow that bends up this time, your right arm's up overhead, and then you bend at your right elbow. This side, I'm gonna do reverse elbows. Good. Take one more breath with me here. And change. When you're ready, start with the arms, shake them out, and then release the legs. And we're gonna make our way onto our backs, but make sure that you have your bolster or your pillow or blanket nearby. And as you recline onto your back, we're going to end with a happy baby. I promised you that, a happy baby. So you can grab the inner or outer blades of your feet. Some people like to grab their big toes or their thighs. Whatever feels best for you, do that. I always love to rock side to side on happy baby, but you can also hold static and just pull your thighs gently down towards the floor. No forcing, please. Wherever you are, though, nice deep breaths. Good. All right. We've made it. We've made it full circle. We're going to grab our bolster or whatever you've got for that supported shavasana. This is also a hack for if you ever have a sore low back and lying flat on your back gives you some trouble. This is a very nice alternative that feels really good. Okay. So once you've got your knees nice and supported, we're going to really let our feet fall open to the side, like we're just flopping them open. And then your arms can take up space. Yeah, take up that space. And just begin to breathe. That's all you have to do. If you feel comfortable to close your eyes, please do. Otherwise, just soften your gaze. And we're all going to soften our bodies, starting with the feet and the ankles, letting them relax. Pulling your awareness up through the calves, the kneecaps, the quads, the hamstrings, into the hips, inviting everything to unclench, to soften. As you keep breathing deeply, bring your awareness up through your stomach, your abdomen, your ribs, your heart, your chest, your arms all the way down to your wrists and fingers and all the way back up through your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, your ears, your eyes, your brows, your forehead, all the way to your scalp. Everything soft. Everything relaxed, everything feeling supported. Let's take a few breaths in silence together. I am so proud of you for taking this time to do something so good for you, for your wellness, for your mindset. And trust that each time that you take time for your own self-care, you are filling up every single aspect of your life. This is how we fill our own cups in order to give back and to give forth to everything and everyone else. It all starts right here. It all starts within. And so I also want to remind you that you can always pause the video if you would like a longer shavasana, which I of course encourage you to do. If and when you're ready to end your practice with me, then we're going to bring our right arms up overhead and gently roll on to that right side. You can gently push your prop out of the way. Just take a moment to rest on your right bicep like a pillow. Our shavasana is where our bodies really receive all the benefits of our practice. And this is where we transition between the stillness and back in to the movement. So here we go. Use your free hand. Gently press yourself back up. And I'll end by saying thank you so much. I'm so honored that you have joined me for this class and hopefully for our entire wellness program and journey together. As you can see, I'm feeling great and I really hope that you are too. This is meant to be a feel-good practice, so keep coming back to it. I want to end by again thanking AG1 for sponsoring this class and for partnering with You Aligned on this wellness program. AG1 has so many incredible ingredients, and specifically plant-based extracts and antioxidants and all the nutrients that we need to feel our best every day. And I'm speaking from experience because when I drink this, I always say that it feels like my cells are vibrating. And so it's so important that we are filling up our bodies with the fuel that helps us to feel our best each and every day, because you don't deserve to feel any less, and you are way too important to not feel good every single day. That's how we give our best, not just to ourselves, but to our community and to the world. And so if you haven't checked out AG1 yet, I would love for you to do so. You can read more about them in the description below, and you can click the link there, or you can head directly to drinkag1.com/youaligned, and there you can redeem your free 5 travel packets and a year's supply of vitamin D3. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.